Well, howdy there, Internet people. It's Bo again. So, today we are going to talk about Judge Cannon and the proceedings involving the former president. Judge Cannon, not a name I expected to see again, but here we are. You might remember her as the judge who issued some, well, let's just call them controversial rulings regarding the special master back in the first season. She will initially be handling the case. Now, the people that I have talked to who are familiar with this process and familiar with this district have suggested that they don't believe she will retain control of this case. And they point out that I guess the other judge, the one that signed off on the warrant, was also mentioned. They seem to be under the impression that this is only occurring because it's being viewed as a continuing matter. And basically, they don't expect this to stay where it is for a whole bunch of reasons. But there are a number of people who are very vested in doom and gloom right now. They have staked a lot on the idea that Trump won't be held accountable. So let's say that the case does stay there. Let's say that all the perception is accurate. She made the ruling she made before because she has a bias that she can't set aside, and that she will retain control of this. She made those rulings to help him. Okay? That's the perception. Let's say it's all true. What I want to point out is that he is now in her courtroom, not as former President Trump, but as criminal defendant Trump. And I'm not saying that to suggest that if her behavior was biased to the degree the perception, kind of indicates, I'm not saying that behavior would change. What I'm saying is that her earlier endeavors did not work. The same would probably be true here. The legal system is just that. It's a system. Would her perceived bias, would that delay things? Probably. But it would all end up going through the appeals, being overturned, just like last time. There are a whole lot of people who, even though they believe Trump is guilty and they say they want him held accountable, they have put a whole lot into the idea that he won't be. And I think that it's going to be hard for those people who said, nothing was going to happen to him, who said Garland wasn't doing anything, who said the search warrant didn't matter, who said the special counsel was just a tool to let him off politically, that way nobody had to take the blame, who said the special master process was a way to, get him out of it, who said that it's taking too long, he'll never be indicted. The people who have chosen that track, they now have to contend with the fact that they're going to see a trial. Now, does that mean that he's going to be found guilty? No. Even the former president, who is apparently on tape about some of this to an alarming degree, he has the presumption of innocence. So maybe the trial doesn't go the way some people think it should. Okay, that's a possibility, but I don't think it's likely. I would also point out that I don't think that this is going to be the last indictment. I think he has more coming his way. It is worth remembering that you are dealing with not just a criminal case, but a historic criminal case. The one thing that all of the naysayers and those who just, constantly cast doom on the idea of him being held accountable, the one thing that they were definitely right about is that they probably didn't want to indict him. They were probably right about that. There was probably a lot of reservation about doing it. What that means is that for them to have brought the indictment, for the grand jury to have returned an indictment, the evidence is probably pretty overwhelming. There's only so much that can be done to alter that. You're talking about a former president of the United States who has been federally indicted on some pretty serious charges. It wasn't a decision they took lightly. It wasn't a decision that they made thinking they might lose. Yeah, the American legal system is broke, okay? But in this case, in all the ways that it is broken, the fact that this has gotten this far indicates that it's probably going to go further. Anyway, it's just a thought. Y'all have a good day.